Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you gotta get spotted. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun.
All right, guys, we got non-farms coming up here really quick. Man, I spent way longer eating than I thought I did. All right, but here we go. I got a little food in my mouth. Well. 206. 206 versus an expectation of 190. That is a little bit more extreme of a reaction than I think is warranted. But the U.S. unemployment rate ticked up to 4.1% versus 4%, so we get whipsawed both ways. Holy crap. Holy crap. What about earnings? Earnings in line. Spot 3 versus an expected spot 3. Well, this is quite the report, folks. I don't know if you get a surprise July cut with that. It was better than expected, yes, but 206 versus 190, so 16,000 better than expected. That's like average, change, or average deviation between actual and expected. But that, like, it just getting absolutely creamed on the release and then flipping the other way, that is something else. It does look to me like they flipped around because the unemployment rate ticked up. So I guess a divergence between the two surveys again. Tariq, hey, what's up? Something new going on? What do you mean something new going on? Well, you remember earlier in the week, we were talking about, well, I seem to have been pretty good at predicting these sorts of things. But like, there is a lot of risk if I'm wrong. Well, I would have gotten creamed no matter what I did on that one. But maybe if I'm going to take those bets, I just shouldn't be doing it on S tier events. Yeah. Gold is on a nice uptrend. Well, so now that things are going a little bit, let's pop over and look at some of these larger charts, shall we? Oh, it was more of a how you doing equivalent. Oh, I gotcha. Well, we've been working on some indicators. You see up here just above me, the line on the report, and it says monthly non-farms payroll report down at the bottom. So I got that indicator working. I got it super cleaned up. Check it out if I come into like the properties of it and everything. Everything looks nice and clean. The most important properties up at the top, and you can change all of the colors about it and everything. So I think that might be ready. There are some weird things I'm unsure about with drawing things and namespaces, but I'm just going to package it together and you guys can see how it works. Non-farms payroll is a P&L loser for me. It usually is. I've taken some bad losses on non-farms for sure. Non-farms has this weird tendency to just the data end up doing not what you expect, and then the market not doing what you would expect based on what actually comes out. So non-farms is really hard to trade for sure. Anyways, to the charts. So here's the treasury. We did bust through the prices that we had last Friday. Okay. There's a way to go before we get back into kind of like this like area that we traded up here. Right? But I guess we're within that range again. S&P 500 took a pretty good jump there, but is pulling back a little bit. I don't know why my background thing is all messed up there, but oil is well, they had this really great day right here. It's kind of pulled back, but I still kind of see some signs of uptrend in there. That's looking pretty good. Gold and silver, well, that's one of the most volatile days we've had in gold and silver lately. And gold and silver 2 days ago just took off. Oh my gosh, they took off. Copper looking really good this morning. Ooh, I wonder what that's about. Copper looking really, really good this morning. And the Japanese yen. Well, the Japanese yen responded very positively to that PMI report 2 days ago. And they're not responding as positively to the non-farms report, but it looks good. And maybe we're getting a turn in the Japanese yen, huh? Wouldn't that be something? Meanwhile, Bitcoin, oh my. Bitcoin taking another huge dump below 60K. I have to pull out onto a daily chart. Oh, okay. So now when we look at it on a daily chart, so we are coming to the 200-day moving average in Bitcoin. That would maybe be a spot where you could see some potential support. And if not, it could get really ugly over there. I think I need to come over here and run my thing. You know, I haven't talked about it in a while, but I do have a Patreon where I post my Bitcoin indicator on a regular basis, and I haven't posted it in a while. Maybe I'll let you guys see a preview. Pull it over here first. Ignore update. Odd. Okay, so let's see here. Try that. Okay, well, decent pullback from the highs. That's looking better. There we go. Okay. So this is what I post on my Patreon. And it looks like we are actually coming back into a reasonable buy area. Typically when it falls, it comes all the way back. So there could be some more downside here. Interesting. The thing is that I think that it's falling, that Bitcoin is falling in part because selling from government seizures and Mt. Gox. And I don't think that they are anywhere close to being done. So a Bitcoin could potentially fall a lot more. I guess we have to see. Okay, so Derek says, I sat out of non-farms today. I might not trade it again. Well, so what I've often done was wait 5 minutes, wait 5-10 minutes for the initial reaction to be done, and then try trading the aftermath. Like right now, it's like, okay, well, they bought on that. I think I could potentially see more long flows coming in, so I'm going to buy it and yada, yada, yada. But that hasn't really worked for me either. So, I don't know. So let's come and do our notes. Headline, higher than expected by 16K, but unemployment rate ticked up. Okay. And then we got holiday week. Do we get other numbers later today? No, we don't. They don't have anything else scheduled. So I'm expecting long flows that die out quickly. There is, of course, always going to be like activity between now and when the open happens, but the market is pretty likely to find a spot and settle there because they don't want to trade it going into a holiday. Well, I mean, it is a holiday. It was a holiday yesterday, and then we get a regular day, and then it's the weekend, so. Now, as for me, was one little thing going on. I have the day off, but there was one little thing that I needed to take care of. I don't know, that I'm getting some signs that it's 11, but it's still moving fairly freely. Oof, jobs numbers revised down, huh? Oh, I didn't even think about that sort of stuff, Uzi. I guess I want to come over here, huh? Let's see here. What's Nick Timmerow saying? Wage gains are continuing to cool. He said a bunch of things. Hold on. Still cooling. The economy added 206,000 jobs in June, but revisions to payroll gains for April and May subtracted 111,000 jobs relative to earlier reports. The unemployment rate rose to 4.1%, 3-month average of private sector. Payroll growth hit a cycle low at 146,000. To be sure, the 6-month average of private sector payroll growth has been quite stable, and at 174,000 in June is still above the level seen around the turn of the year. Joseph Wang, unemployment rate tends to exhibit momentum, and it's been rising for the past several months. I thought it was odd. The minutes noted the Fed staff is forecasting it to decline. Nick Timmerose, wage gains are continuing to cool too. Average hourly earnings rose 0.29% in June and were up 3.86% from a year earlier. Yes. Okay, so you may be right. When I saw the initial news, and my first thought was, well, they moved down initially as a knee-jerk reaction to the headline number, which was slightly higher than expected. But then the unemployment rate itself ticked up. And so maybe this was a case of them reading into the unemployment report. But now we're also saying that the revisions were also down. That's also David's show. So it could be show. What's my issue? Am I having some issues with shows this morning? I need to enunciate apparently, or otherwise people might think that I'm having, I'm going Biden, right? Anyways, so I guess those two things combined could be the cause of the upside action. We'll be curious to see how much flow continues to come through here. I think that maybe one of the reasons why I struggle with non-farms payrolls is that there are also end of the month flows, or sorry, not end of the month flows, but end of the week flows that I don't understand. And you get those end of the week flows coming into like a less liquid market, and that's why it kind of gets screwed up a lot, I think. But we'll see. Charlie Gasparino has a post up on Twitter that is making the rounds. People talk about how the real Donald Trump lies. Okay, but what about all the lies we are hearing about Joe Biden and his state of mind and ability to continue as president from all of these so-called truth tellers? People like Barack Obama and Team Pelosi, the list goes on and on. The whole charade about Biden may do more damage to Americans' trust in its leadership than anything Trump did. Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. You're traveling tonight, so running around making preparations. Might I make time for you? Oh, thank you. Well, so can I have you test something for me then? Before you get too busy? I need to export it first. But I did fix my my indicator up, and I cleaned it all up, and it's all super nice. So here's my SBS news event. It has to be included in there. And then we come in, we get all of these. So I think before there was one that was in here. Oh, we don't want the free ones, do we? Okay. Starting back over here. Yield. And these other ones, these are the Z's, are the ones that are like aren't ready or defunct or whatever. You might not be able to do it. Well, the thing that I wanted to test was just that you could install it. That was the only thing that we really wanted to do. Yeah. Okay, so hold on a second. I gotta go back to my notes. Oh, actually, we don't want to be here. We want to be over here. So it should be 3-2. Should be 3-2. Thank you later, Seth Elite. Good morning, Smitty. Okay, I'm not going to package those other things into it. I'm just going to give you this one. There we go. See if it will import that. And that the news thing works. Oh, you also have to have the news file. This is where it gets complicated. It's not that complicated. You just have to put one file in one spot. But it gets complicated because, like, I have to explain to people to do that. So. top of the morning to you, Steve. Well, top of the morning to you too. Let's see here. Nick Timmerow is still tweeting. The unemployment rate rose from 3.96 in May to 4.05 in June. It is now up 22 basis points since March. The SOM rule shows the 3-month average is up, and the 12-month minimum of the same measure getting closer to the 0.5 threshold, which is when they say that like you're likely to have a recession, I think. Am I going to have to uninstall the old Elite package first, or can I just I think you should be able to just import over it. So I did not include... I'm wondering if I should just include this one as a separate thing. There is like the indicators one, and then there's the add-on. The add-on is like the market depth tape. And I'm thinking maybe I should put the market depth tape into a separate zip file. That would make things a little bit easier for me, because to make the zip file with the market depth tape add-on included is kind of like weird, because it doesn't show up. Well, am I wrong here? Like when I come to a NinjaScript add-on, export NinjaScript add, like you see, it doesn't show up over here in add-ons. It's because it's not. It's comes out of different way. Import failed. Archive may contain duplicate names. Maybe you do have to uninstall the previous one. I wish I had an easier way to test this. Actually, maybe I do have an easier way to test this, because I could do it on my work machine. I'll have to look into that later. I need to send it to D. That's what I need to do, because he's the one. He's looks a lot more into detail on things. I guess, or I wish we had John around, because one of the things that John was always really good at was like coming into the indicators and complaining about every little property that's in there, and like, does that property like make any sense and stuff like that. But I spent, oh man, on Wednesday night, my kids went to sleep early for some reason, which was a big problem. Like if the kids fall asleep at like 6 o'clock, which basically means like they fell asleep before they ate dinner, happens sometimes. They will almost always wake up in the middle of the night hungry, for starters, and then they like never go back to sleep. So that's what happened, is they went to sleep super early, and then they were up all night, and my wife was up from like 2 o'clock until 5 o'clock or something, and then they went back to sleep at 5 o'clock. And then we were like almost late to the parade and missed my son, who was in the school band. Anyways. So that whole big thing. That was my 4th of July holiday. But since I had the time and they had gone to sleep early, I went and I cleaned it all up. I got everything set up so that I could export it all nice and clean. Maybe you do need to uninstall the previous, because one of the things is that like, oh yeah, because maybe you can't install over top when it's like a compiled archive instead of just the individual files. So that's probably part of it. But then there's this other thing. There's 2 other things that are kind of a little weird in this one. One is that I'm trying to include a drawing tool in the archive, and the drawing tool is not in a different namespace. If you reinstall, it still has all the other shit with it, right? Question mark. Maybe not. So I think that your import failed, and I don't want to screw up your installation. So yeah, let's not mess with it for now, because let me like export the other thing as a separate zip file and all that. I don't know how it works, that stuff. Like if I come in here, I could be wrong. If I say new, or no, tools, remove Ninja Script assembly. And then what do we got here? Seth. Reconstructed tape. Yeah. If we had more time, then maybe we would do it. But we can do it on Monday. No rush. I think one of the things was I wanted to have it ready so that people could look at it on Wednesday, because I think we're going to be on the Ninja Trader live stream on Wednesday again. But maybe it's not quite ready. We'll show them other stuff. Show them the market order imbalance, which, by the way, is looking a little hot right now. I think that you can uninstall Seth and not the market dev tape. I don't know. That actually doesn't quite make sense. I have to try installing it on my desktop machine and see if it works. That's going to be a little weird because, yeah, different versions and stuff like that. But so that kind of makes me wonder about something else, because D, he was saying that he was having problems importing it, and the thing that he was getting was that, like, the info.xml file was corrupt or something like that, which makes sense for me, which makes no sense. Oh, you come back Monday night. Okay, yeah, we'll see you Tuesday then. So, like, I come back over here. In custom export Ninja Script speculator Seth elite.zip. There's this info.xml file. There's not really anything in there. Oh. Wait, it tells you the version of Ninja Trader that you exported from. Is it possible that it's no longer cross-version compatible and that I need to make a different version of the thing? Or maybe it's just that the earlier version, hold on. Oh, that's so very, very, very interesting. So if I come back to the one that I have on the website right now, where is that? Work, website, downloads, speculator Seth elite.zip, info.xml. No, it has that stuff too. Okay, so it's not that, but maybe it is that, like, the newer version doesn't like that it was exported with this old version, and I need to go and start exporting it with a new version of Ninja Trader? Oh, you have the speculator Seth in your assembly. Yes. If you remove that one, you should still have the market depth tape. Do you see market depth tape on that list? Because the market depth tape is not in that archive that I sent you. But if you're not uninstalling the market depth tape, I think you should be fine. Yes, and the market. Oh, well, you can get rid of the market order imbalance one too. I would get rid of the market order imbalance one, because I updated all of that for better caching and created a framework that I need to convert some of the other indicators over, but it made it a lot better and fixed an issue or two with the caching. So the way that it saves the data should be, actually, I don't know if the market order imbalance that you have does the caching. That's interesting. In the older versions of the info.xml, I don't think that there was anything in there. But I'm wondering, nobody's complained about it, but I'm kind of wondering if the reason D had problems was because of a version thing and that he's like the first one with the newer version of NinjaTrader to try or something like that. Let's see here. I didn't see. Tories crushed in landslide, low turnout, UK election victory for Labour. Farage's Reform Party, the real winners. Labour took 412 of the 650 seats in the House of Commons. Wow. But extremely low turnout. Reform were the real winners, although they only got 4 seats. Oh, good grief. So does that mean that they will switch the prime minister? Outgoing Prime Minister Sunak said, yeah. Labour and Tories, two sides of the same coin. Well, that's what they say in every politics. No, I uninstalled. Wait, it still says duplicate names? Well, now I screwed everything up for you. No, you know what? You're okay because you can still install the previous version that I gave you before that. It doesn't happen like if you go to the log window over here, or you go to the NinjaScript output, does it give you a log message? Like cite like what is duplicate names? So weird. It's the market. Oh yeah, so you need to uninstall the market order and balance one too. That was given to you separately because we have a newer, better version in this anyways. Just be careful to like not save your workspace. Right? What's up with financial juice? How do you not revise the non-firm April number to 218 like everyone else? Oh wait, what do you mean by that? What are they showing you? Oh, I see 206. Is it not 206? No, it's 206. Okay, now we're cooking. Cool. So it works. Excellent. Yeah, I think the answer, because previous 272. should be 218. Oh, I don't know what's with that. Is that what it was revised down to, or is it? Well, I don't think that financial juice changes it. Like, well, I wouldn't want it to change it. Like, I want to know at the time of the release what we think the forecast was and what we thought the previous was. I wish that on financial juice that they had separate numbers in here for the past months so that you would see the revisions. We're going to ask them about that. Where are they? Financial juice suggestions. What do we call this? Let's see here. It's July, June. Oh, there it goes. It draws on a 5-minute chart, but not on a 1-minute chart with tick replay on. Really? Well, this is why we haven't you test it. Let's try and duplicate. Yeah, they might not be able to do it because they may just be grabbing it from somebody else's API. It doesn't throw a log error either. Even more suspicious. ZN. Minute. 1 minute. 1 minute chart with tick replay on. Phased load 3, let's say. But on the 5-minute without tick replay, it is good. Oh, you know why? You need to add the one that says market order imbalance cached. That's why. You need to delete the old one now. I left it in there just to like, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna fix this. I left it in there so that I could like have both of them up and like compare them. But that's not the way that we want it. So let's see here. How come? Oh, I'm so confused now. Oh, this is the bin custom folder. Okay. So in here, I should have market order imbalance, and I have market order imbalance cash. And then over in here, I have, oh, it's not in here. It's like olds. Yeah. Market order imbalance olds. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's take this one. Well, I'll do it through NinjaTrader. Yeah, you have both. Yeah. So if you change that to the cached version, then it will be fine. You have all three. Oh yeah, I probably put all three in there. Oops. Oops. Okay. Okay, so the first thing is, yeah, this is funny. Okay. This right here. Rename olds 2. And put a Z in front of it so that I don't pick it up. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, I see. Yeah, we fix that. We fix that in a second. Then I'm going to move this into the old folder. Okay. And then we're going to rename this one. Market order imbalance. Yes. And then I'm just going to check over here. Rename. Make sure there's a Z in front of it. Okay. So now, if I come in here and I export it again, see, this is why we have to test things, folks. Version 3.2. Drawing tool. News event. You need cached indicator base, and then we skip all of the free ones. And then these older ones should show up under there, under the Z, where we don't accidentally put them in. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Export. When I look at, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, my indicator package is not, you know, it's not that great. It's got a couple of nice things in it, you know, but it's just kind of a small indicator pack. But then when I do that and I think about all of the work that's gone into it and everything, it's like, holy crap. It is actually getting really big. It is actually getting really big. Yes, replace it. Yes. I haven't logged into my platform. How are you finding the flows? Okay, well, so the big piece that I would give you this morning is that their reaction to the non-farms payroll was much stronger than I thought. They initially moved down on knee-jerk reaction to the actual headline number coming out being a little bit higher than expected, to 106 versus an expected 190K. But the unemployment rate ticked up from 4% to 4.1%, and they revised the previous months down by like something like 114,000. And so that initial move down completely flipped and turned into a very strong upflow. And I would say it was a really strong move. The net change in cumulative delta since is maybe only like 15,000, but there was a lot of flow on the release. It looks like that the market is reading that non-farms payroll as a pretty significant data point. Although, because it's like, you know, in between a holiday and the weekend and all of this sort of stuff, it's kind of, you know, it's a little bit weird. And maybe part of the reason why it moved so much further than I thought is because liquidity is lower. It was like the holidays were never in the middle. Well, I don't know about that. I would say that there is some signs that like there's the holiday sort of thing going on. But like, if you're thinking about should I come in and trade, well, I mean, look at that. They have not settled. You know, normally they would come in and then it would just go sideways, right? But it's rotating back and forth quite a bit here this morning. So that is maybe in part the liquidity being a little bit lower. But if you wanted to come in and scalp, you probably could make some stuff. And it's not a good setup for me because we're not getting super strong persistent imbalance, but it is moving around. Okay, so anyways, now that I exported it, I need to give Uzi the new updated one. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now you uninstall and you install that one. There should only be the market order imbalance indicator. I think. Oh wait, let me double check. Did I screw it up? I closed the window, didn't I? I hate it when I do that. Yes. Okay, that's correct. So that one should work. You are basically seeing the bugs on the old versions that I fixed with the cached version of it. And then I needed to change the cached version over to the regular name, and I didn't. That's what the issue was with that was. Hopefully he didn't already done and gone, but oh, he's still here. Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyways, if that all works, and I guess I want to split out the add-on. Then and I want to test it, like install the new version on my other computer and see if it imports correctly. Yeah, do the uninstall, reinstall again. Yeah. With the slightly updated zip file that I just sent you. But I did send it, right? I know. Sometimes I'll like send it over here and not hit the enter button. No, I did. It's good. But that would be like most of the big update that I wanted to do for those indicators. I think that I can leave those alone for a while. I guess I was still like unsure on backtesting for cached indicators, huh? So we can do that next week. And then I can kind of focus more on the Python stuff. But I think today, because I did take the day off, it being in between a holiday and everything. But I think today I want to work on the dog kennel. The weather was pretty nice yesterday. It only got up to like 80 or something like that, which is really weird. What's it going to be today? Well, today it's going to be up to 90. But 90 is still pretty good. 90 is still pretty good. If I'm working in the garage, that's not too bad. My wife works tomorrow, but maybe I can get my parents to come help me watch the kids if I need more time to finish it. Because right now, that dog kennel is the thing that's irking me the most. I have all this wood set up in there, and I'm worried about it warping. And then when I do my workouts, I have like a swamp cooler. So I'm worried to use my swamp cooler because of all the wood that I got in there, right? I need to get one of those like Mr. Cools or whatever they call them. Heat pump. Okay, so do I have to change imbalance indicators? No. So I renamed my market order imbalance, and my new cached version replaced the old version. So if you install the new version, you might need to hit refresh, or I don't think you have to restart the platform, but you might have to hit refresh on the chart, and then it should correctly start using the new version of it. So you don't have to change the imbalanced indicators to get the news indicator to work or whatever. Like you should be able to reinstall it, maybe restart your platform, and then everything should be fine, and then you should be able to add the new news indicator to it. And then let me show you what I did with the news indicator. So you can come in here, and you can make it horizontal or vertical down here. Here's the way it looks like when you make it vertical. It goes across it like that. Maybe change the font here and make the font a little bit bigger. Let's change it to like a 16-point font. There you go. Now you can really see it. You say it's still not drawing on the 1 minute tick replay chart. Okay, well, so first question is, you only see one market order imbalance indicator now, right? Yarp. Okay. So then that did update correctly. And can you use the new news indicator? Does it show up on there? What else? You can also change it. So I want it horizontal, but I want it at the top. And then it shows up at the top. Oh, although you have to get rid of this label bit here for you to be able to read that. There you go. Yeah, not bad. And you can change the colors of it and everything. Like maybe I want it to not be such a dark blue. Maybe I want it to be like navy colored. Or the outline. There's an outline. Let's make the outline, instead of it being black, let's make it like a slight blue. There we go. That looks nice. Okay, so let me try adding it in here. Then let me try duplicating Uzi's error again. Still not drawing. So we're doing a 1 minute on a tick replay. And we're adding the market. Oh. Okay, well, it should be that one. It did switch over. Well, it draws on that. What's with that? Oh, okay. You know what I think it is? I think I know what it is. I think that you will have to remove the indicator from your chart and add it back. There can be this weird thing that will happen with an indicator where, like, you have all of these properties over here, right? And like if you come in particular, like the plots, and if you come in and like change those, sometimes the older version of it that doesn't like switch over. So if you remove the indicator and add it back on, maybe that will fix it. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yeah, it's a weird problem, but it happens sometimes. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a buy coming through here from the longer end of the curve. I'm not really seeing a rise in the Japanese yen, which I kind of would expect with that rise in ZB. And what did the spread do? The spread steepened overall on the day, so that's curious that we're getting that buying more in the 30-year than the other spots. I got it on a chart with, oh wait, what is not drawing? The news one is not drawing? I thought it was the imbalance indicator that wasn't drawing. Oh, okay. So let's confirm to me. I hate it when you guys say yes or no because, you know, the interaction isn't always super up to date. Okay, the imbalance indicator is fine. The news one does not draw. That's interesting. Okay, so test. If you come into the chart and you do a right click and you go to drawing tools, do you see a news event drawing tool? And then question number 2 would be, if you use it and you draw one, do you get a line when you use it? Okay. And don't say yes or no, say yes, I do see the news event drawing tool. So I was having this issue. What was the cause of this? Okay. Yes, I see the news event drawing tool, and yes, it draws a line and text when I click on the chart. Aha. So, oh wait, it does it have text already with it? Does the text say foo? Does it say foo when you put it on there? Yes, it says foo. Wait, how come mine? Oh, wait, well, mine does say foo. It's down there. I just can't see it. Okay. So here's what I think is happening. If I double click on this drawing tool, now I can see what's, or rather, okay, double click on the line that you just made so that you can see all of your drawings on the chart. And do you see these drawings listed news? I had this issue earlier, and I don't remember how I fixed it, where basically I do not see any drawings listed in the drawing objects box. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, did you put the CSV file in the saved directory? That must be what's going on then. So I had this one issue where like it was drawing the news events, but like you didn't see them because they were like off the chart or something like that. I don't remember how I fixed that, but that's not the problem that you're seeing because you don't see the things listed. So probably what's happening is you don't have the CSV file in the right location. I don't, is it, hold on. I think it's supposed to be a lowercase s. Maybe I should change that. But I think it's a lowercase s. Oh, okay. You have yours as a lowercase s. When you go to the output window, do you see any messages when you add it onto the chart? Okay, you do have yours as a lowercase s. So like if I were to, let's say, rename this, for instance, to news 2, and then I refresh this page, it would tell me could not find file, blah 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 blah. You say output window is not printing anything. Okay. Oh, okay, so let's double test this then. Do what I just did. Rename the news file to something else, refresh the chart, then does it print an error out saying I can't find the file? Let's see here, man. Is there a way to detect meta orders and liquidity hole formations actively happening? So, yes, or there are signs when they're happening. Doing it algorithmically is a little difficult. Okay, when I rename the file, it does output that it cannot find the file. Okay, so it's not that it can't find the file. Oh, what kind of a chart are you putting it on? Are you putting this on your 5-minute chart or whatever? I don't think that would explain it either, though. Because it should work on different time frames. 1 minute ZN chart with tick replay. Super weird. Okay. It does print on a normal chart without tick replay. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. So let's try to duplicate that. Okay, so here I have a chart. This is a 1 minute chart with tick replay turned on. If I come into my indicators and I add the news warning indicator, click OK. And it doesn't draw. Very interesting. Oh, that's like insanely interesting, in fact. Turn off tick replay. Then it shows up. Oh, weird. Okay, so I can duplicate that bug. So it's a bug that I need to fix. Is it an easy fix? Let me see. Why would it not work on tick replay? Now I'm gonna do my bit debugging. So I'm gonna put a print statement in here. And tell it, okay, clear this out. F5. It says loading news events. Now I'm gonna switch it back to using tick replay. It also loads the news events. It loads the news events, but it doesn't put any of them on there. Now that's curious. This sounds like a job for Visual Studio debugging. Let's see here. Where do I want to tell it to break? Probably right there. Debug, attach to process. It's kind of fun to debug code and not letting you guys see the code while I'm debugging it live. Okay, attach it. I'm going to come over here and F5. Okay, it does the break. And there's nothing in the news dictionary. So interesting. Okay, this just gets better and better, guys. All right, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, I bet I know what it is. Okay, wait. Oh, this is going to make me mad if this is what it is, because then I don't quite know how to fix it if this is what it is. Right here. Oh, what? Okay, no. That's 2024-06-30 to 2024-06-30. The from date and the to date are essentially the same. Yeah. You know what? I don't know how to fix this. I'm not entirely sure how to fix this.
Connection lost.
Curious. Actually, I need to come back over to here. There. Reattach. What do we have to work with? Okay, so we got bars. Day count is 0. Oh, that's so frustrating, actually. How about this? This dot, isn't there like a days to load? Let's see here. So basically what's happening is the bar's to date is not set correctly when it is tick replay. I suppose I could call that a bug on NinjaTrader's part. I submitted a couple of your streams to a behavioral psychologist, and he said your facial expressions and comments seem to indicate you are more passionate about coding than markets. I don't know if I would say that I'm more passionate about coding, but the thing is that markets are painful, you know? Like if I could come over and I can code and like it doesn't work, then like, hey, okay, we'll just fix it. Okay? When I worked for the bank and it was like you put something out and then it didn't work and like something not working could potentially like lose money and stuff, then I really, really, really hated that. Right? So. Okay, so there's this bars object, And in the bars object that is not documented, but there is a to date and a from date. So I don't think that I can use those. Ooh, can I use the, oh, what is it called? Oh, do I not have one? I don't have one. A session iterator. Basically, what I need to do is at the beginning of, like, when it processes the first bar on a chart, I have to know how many days it's going to load into the chart so that I know which time frame to load from my cached news events file. And the way that I'm doing it is I'm looking at the chart bars, the bars dot from date and the bars dot to date. And that does not give me an accurate value. So now I'm trying to debug to find one that will tell me. What's this when I load these up? There's like a from and a to. Oh, that's funny. Its to date is like not right. Where is it getting that from? There's a bars proxy on chart. And then it has a bars series. And it has a from date and a to date. And that is correct. Oh my gosh, that's so effing weird. Well, I could potentially use that. Huh. There's bars and there's bars series. Okay, and we're gonna try that. Bars dot bars series. Will that compile though? The IntelliSense is not seeing that property. Okay. F5. And it works. And if I turn off tick replay and refresh, and it also works. Okay. So maybe that fixed the bug. I'm going to say maybe because, you know, who knows what other kind of weird setup where that will break and it won't work. Somebody will try and add it to a different kind of chart and it won't work. Okay, so let's see here, more comments. Man meat, when you refer to strong flows, how do you quantify that? So part of it is going to be the absolute amount of orders, and some of it is going to be like how aggressive that was. So the change in cumulative delta off of the news wasn't super huge, but it was a really fast and aggressive move. There was like a really big sell followed by a really big buy, and the overall cumulative delta change wasn't that much, but there was people inside of that really pushing aggressively. So that's why I kind of feel like that this particular news event was pretty, you know, like there was a lot of trade came off of it, and the market seemed to say that it did matter. And that's kind of how I quantify it. You know, when I'm looking for imbalance, like one of the strongest things that I'm looking for is like a persistent imbalance in the market orders, which you can see through my market order imbalance indicator that like is just always above 50. Or you can put cumulative delta on it and you can see that there's like this trend in cumulative delta. And you can quantify that by putting R squared on it. So you put R squared on cumulative delta, and that will tell you how quote unquote trendy it is. But the issue is that by the time you start to see that it's trendy, right? That's often when the flow will kind of like moderate or flip. So like the whole issue is to see it quantitatively is maybe too late. So what you have to do is you have to anticipate that imbalance, take the trade, and then see that imbalance come out on the chart, right? And what I do a lot of the time is like I'll take a trade, I'll get into a trade, and then I'm watching that cumulative delta. And if I bought, and then I'm seeing that my cumulative delta is starting to move down persistently, or there's a big drop in cumulative delta, that will scare me out of the trade because I'm expecting to see a persistent imbalance long and I'm not seeing it, right? Okay, did you ever run with the idea of it also saying like the previous and expected numbers of the news events on the chart? Oh, right. So we did a little bit of looking at that, but I was not able to find a data source that would be able to give that information to you. So I could for past events potentially get that information and include it in the file, and you would see it for past events, but you would not see it for like today's event, right? Like I might even have the expected number for today's event if you've updated the cache file or something, but then I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is until after it. You'd have to have a web service out there that you can query and get that information from. And I have not found a service like that I can query. You know, like you can certainly get it by like web scraping Forex Factory, but I need something that like we can just programmatically query, and they have no problem with a bunch of different people programmatically querying it, and I can't find one of those. So that's kind of the issue. But for this indicator, okay, like having a line drawn where the piece of news was is super cool and all, but the real reason that we created that indicator was so that you can back test with robots that know when the news was and get out and don't trade during that news, so that it doesn't affect the results that you get in your back testing, especially if you're doing an optimization. Like let's say that you have a setup that just tries to take advantage of the oscillations in the market. And in order to find that, you have to use the constantly train against the market, right? Like train against all the past market data to figure out the best oscillation to use right now. And if you're including news events on that, that's going to screw up that calibration, essentially. So if we can remove the news events from our data set, then we might be able to calibrate the algorithm to something that is more truly the market's fundamental behavior. That's what it's really for. Okay, so we can export that again. So that Uzi has the one where it works on the As I'm doing this, I'm kind of wondering if I should make all of the elite indicators have like an A at the front of their name or something. I have Z for the ones that I want to be at the bottom, but then there's like this free one and there's like this little section in there, and like what if it was A, F, Z, right? F. All right. So maybe we could try doing an example of that. We got about an hour left. And so first thing is I'm not debugging anymore. So let's reconnect to data and let NinjaTrader reload everything back up. And then there was an indicator. Or there's a strategy that I used in the past that I want to do, that we should use. So let's see here. What was it called? Yeah, I find it. Oh no. I don't know what caused those unhandled exceptions. That's kind of weird. Okay, let's see here. I think it was this one. Oh boy, I have so many files open on this. Good grief. Jeez, okay. Okay, what's the difference between these two? Yeah, I think I want this one. I'm gonna start with this one. And that was based off of indicator. I need to copy over as well. Yeah. Okay. So then custom indicators. Carry it over here. And maybe I already have it here. Oh, I do already have it here. Skip. Okay. So then I just need this strategy. Where should we put it over here? We have different folders already. AAA, CTA, oscillator. Well, I don't know. We're just gonna put it over here and modify it a little bit. Strategies. Get rid of that extra namespace. We do need to have using ninja trader ninja script indicators speculator Seth. And instead of this inheriting from the default strategy, we have it do it from this advanced base strategy right here. Okay. Advanced base strategy. Now, in my advanced base strategy, is there stuff like I need to make sure that it goes and does the base one? I think I do. Base thought. Where's that base? Yeah. Okay. On bar update. Oh, I've got all of those, like the manage risk stuff in here. Okay, and then on here, I have it to, yeah, manage risk, manage news. Okay, let's see if that compiles. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now this might be, that doesn't mean that this will all work first. But it building is a good sign. Fourier trends. Before halt, after halt, can enter and can hold through news. Good. Oh, why does it use an adaptive Laguerre filter for the midband here? Multi-Bollinger. Midbands. I don't think I'm even using it. That's interesting. Bollinger Band. Oh, you know what? I have a thing in there, but it's not even using it. But it was using mean absolute deviation. Oh, no, wait. Midband. Ugh. No, you're not setting a default on it, huh? In here, I should be putting a midband, but I'm not. So we're just going to use a simple moving average. ZN, 1 minute, this year only. Okay, so that didn't take any trades. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. It does that, but it wasn't actually exiting any positions. That's interesting. Okay. R2 threshold is probably too high. 0.7. No. Kind of want to get rid of the logging here. Where was it? Log none. Is rising trend. And let's see here. Trend is my Bollinger Band. Mid band. Base period, deviation period is the slow. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and so then fast is this other thing. Okay. Well, let's just change slow to 10. Come on, why are you not taking the trade? Looks like we got to debug again. So I'm going to check that it's actually hitting my spots where it will enter into a trade and it's actually doing the test, and that it's just that the test is always failing, because it could be that something is preventing it from even getting to that point. I kind of suspect, rather, that it's not even actually getting to the point where it can take a trade. Run. Okay, no, it does get there. My Fourier series. Okay, so I'm going to add some watches here. Faults. Faults. Oh, my R2 is above the threshold. Is falling trend. That's good. Oh, maybe it's because the threshold. Okay.
Connection lost.
I have this threshold bit right here. Ah, that still doesn't do it. Man. Hum. What if I just... Okay, let's... Hold on a second. Let's make a more simple entry here. Where's my debugger? Stop debugging. Maybe it's because I'm doing it on ZN. Might be that. Ah, that's right. Okay. Cool. And what am I getting? I'm getting something that's relatively random, 45%. Analysis. Okay. I remember this being marginally profitable, but maybe I go back to these default settings. Well, okay, that takes a lot less trades. Okay. Okay. So now when I come over here and I take a look at trades. Oh, how come it's not? Oh, because I don't have save history turned on. Okay. Doesn't look like any of them actually. So this first one in particular, 2:15 p.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, they're not in very long. So if I change this, wow, it took 4 trades and they all worked over on that. Okay, but the FT threshold, we want to be like -1 or something like that. That should take a lot more trades. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you know what, actually? Okay. We're only looking at the FT threshold, essentially. No filters on it. Great. Excellent. 45%. Excellent. So we want it to be 45-50%. And I've got stop is 40 and target trade size is 1. So the FT thresholds should be like the major differentiating factor. So if I change it to 2, should take considerably less trades. Yep. And you actually get long trades are profitable. Okay, so now let's see here. Down here in this log, remove all non-penned. Okay, so this one is just the normal. Okay, now this one is without the news filter on it. Da 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 da. Okay, so by avoiding news, we made more money by avoiding news. Essentially. Okay. So going back to this one. Now I can come in, I get to do optimization. And I can say walk forward optimization actually. And say the only thing that I am changing is this threshold, 0.1. Now I'm going to do it over a little bit larger of a time period. Let's say back to 2022. And we want max profit factor. Nah, max net profit. Run. Okay, wait. Why is it giving me 27,000? It should only be doing like 30. Abort, abort. Halt fast. Not that any of these matter anyways, because they're not factoring into the strategy at the moment. Marianne. That's weird. Maybe that's just the walk forward bit. Optimize, keep 10, optimization period, test period day, default. I don't know. I guess we just run it and see what it does. I don't know why it's coming up with 2,074 iterations, but maybe that's just how it's like 30 of those times X different iteration, X different walk forward periods or something. Okay, so net, it was a loser still. I do remember getting this to as a spot where it worked though. Where it looked pretty good when you did walk forward optimization. I guess I might have to keep looking. Wait, so I had this one over here. What was the difference with this one? This one I was using... Oh, I wasn't using the R2 threshold. I was using... Oh, that's weird. Huh. That is weird. Oh, I can't look at the chart because it's not saving. I guess the issue that I'm getting is that it's not going. It needs to focus on probability. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Well, that was better. That was better. Actually, I just want to go straight for this. Because, like, if it's rising, we only want to take them when it's rising, right? It's just that trend is based off of the slow. So, slow is 50. And the R2 threshold is 0.9. That was not necessarily better. It took so few trades, but it didn't really increase our probability either. But forcing the R2 threshold to be so low, so high, I think it's maybe the opposite. You don't want the R2 threshold to be very high. If I just change that to 0.5, we look at the difference here. You're probably going to get way more trades. Yeah. Way more trades. Actually, percent profitable goes up. We want this to be less than the threshold. This is less than the threshold. Come on. Well, that seems better, but it just took a lot less trades. So if I change this R2 threshold to be 1, it should just do like all trades, right? And now let's do a little bit of experimentation with the mid band. Let's remove non-band here. Run that one so we have a baseline. So I think it's slow that should change things. So if I change slow to a much higher number, we should take a lot less trades, right? Oh. That's not right. Took more trades. Trend, mid-band, deviation true, slow, slow, 2-0. Slow and slow are the mid-band periods. So you're telling me that an HMA that is slower, like a 50 or 40 or a 50, is less trades and better percent probability ratio? Okay. But another thing I'm noticing is that, like, the average winning trade is only 8 ticks, which is kind of interesting. But is that because this fast? It's fast, yeah. I don't know if I should mess with that. I kind of wonder if I should say, like, my stop should be at 8. And oh geez, wait. Do I have anything in here for, like, reward factor? I do. Stop should be 8. Reward factor should be 0.5. Sure. Oh, that didn't change anything. That's interesting. Cool. Use targets. Get set. And over in this one, we shouldn't need any of that stuff. So we don't need any of the targets bit. Yeah, fine. Then over here, don't need that property. Don't need that property, that property. Okay. I don't know if that will change anything, but okay, it did. It took way more trades, and it gave me a 62% win rate. Cool. But are we getting like a really massive losers? Largest winning trade is 5, and the largest losing trade is 8. Oh, that's interesting. How is that? Oh, because the stop is 8. I actually want the stop to be like 16. There we go. And now our largest winning trade is 9. And we do get a pretty large losing trade. But the average losing trade... Oh, no. The average losing trade is... Hold on a second. Analysis. Trades. Profit target. Why is that, we think? Profit target. Oh, we do get a bunch of close position. Close position would be it's taking the opposite, right? So that one should happen a lot. But I'm surprised that it's like okay. Because if I turn targets off, oh, I turned off loss limits, not targets. Brrr. I didn't change anything. Wait, what? Is it doing that because it did the data? That's weird. I'm so confused. What? Okay, let's see if it has to do with data. Okay, I really want to know what's causing that. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna close Ninja Trader down for a second. What is throwing that error, man? Holy crap. If it does it when I restart the workspace, then I'm gonna start wigging out, man. It's like Ninja Trader's not happy with me this morning. Okay, well, I haven't gotten any of those errors yet. Charts seem to be loading here. Gives me an opportunity to think about what it's done here. Treasuries look uneventful. Equities kind of moving a little bit higher. Gold and silver liking it. Okay, so streak limit. What's with that? Maybe it's because of these. Okay, sure. Wait, what? Huh. Okay, that's a little bit more like it. Oh, wait, I only took 5 trades. What? What? Do you trade? Well, we're kind of considering to doing it more. Okay. So I think that I have some issues with my loss limit things going on here. I'll leave that one down there for a while. So I am using targets. I'm going for an 8 tick, equal risk reward sort of a thing. If I take off the targets and run it again, that doesn't change anything. No, that's not right. That's not right. I thought so. If you use targets. Okay. Now you get something that's basically like always in the market, which is what I'm trying to get here. Aha. Right, how come that takes so many less? Oh, probably because it ends up being in any trade for a longer time. Aha, and now we actually get more the actual numbers that I want, which is that it tends to go 44. Is that really the case? Is that really the case? Oh, wow. Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this whole time, I was freaking out like, oh, I'm pretty sure that this strategy worked. How come it's not working? It was because I had a couple of things screwed up. But now that and you know, part of that was like not going so through because I was trying to be fast and not clean up this other class while I'm doing it with you guys. But now that I've done it, it is profitable. Now the Sharpe ratio is only 0.18, so keep that in mind. But it does do something. So oh, that's the when is with this period? Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing from these results is that my drawdown period seems to coincide with the drawdown in the overall market. So that's a little bit concerning about the strategy. Okay. If I go over to this and I come back and I actually use targets, that does that, but a target that's like closer to what the actual swing is, does that give me, what does that give me compared to this? It actually gives me a worse Sharpe ratio. That's interesting. And what if my reward factor is 0.5 and my stop is twice that, like 80, and I do the risk-taking degenerate way of doing things? I thought so. Okay. Only 52% though? Hold on. Okay, well, it is doing... No, wait, it's not doing the right thing. Oh. Oh, okay, there. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, shouldn't the largest losing trade be 80? Here's one where it gave me even more than that on slippage. Okay. And how many trades does it take? I'm gonna stick with it for now. Okay. So a couple of things. So now we can go back and we can test the thing that we were originally testing to begin with, which is, what if you tell it can be in during news? It improves things a little bit. It improves things a little bit. But that again, it's because, well, that's interesting. It actually takes less trades. Whether you do or don't trade during news seems to be like random as to whether it helps or not. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's like the ones where they hold through the news that now if I do this other side, this actually might work really well. Oh no, it's the same. Okay. Okay. Now I can kind of come back here and be like, okay. Walk forward, optimization, save history, false, or actually no, in this instance, this one. Okay, these true false, use loss limits false, but do use targets, and the The stop is, again, was 80. And the reward factor was 0.5. And then the thing that we're actually testing is this. And we'll go from -3 to 3 and increment by 0.1. Okay, everything else, loss limit, streak limit, those don't matter because they're turned off. Oh, right. Period. What were we using for period and stuff? Slow. Where is it? Come on. Slow was 40. Oh, okay. Slow was 40. And then what was the other one? The R2. The R2 threshold I have at 1, so that it should include all traits. Okay. What? There is one parameter too. Oh, I don't have the min should be -3. There we go. All right. And that was a loser. What? What? Well, some of these periods, it looked like it worked really, really well. But it seems like it will shift between periods of really good and really bad. That's weird. How come I cannot see? Huh. But what was it getting for parameters? -3. Oh, that's shifting a lot. I don't like that. I think that the results that I'm getting from my walk forward optimization is random / like curve fitting. I don't like that. Might have something to do with the way that I'm walking forward. So keep the 10 best results, name default, max. Oh, it's optimizing on max. Maybe that's why. Max percent profitable. All right, well. We'll try that. Oh, is it? My news squawk is just talking about a report that came out saying that, you know, this comes out before Chairman Powell's testimony before Congress. And I'm like, oh, is it that time again? I guess it is. It seems like that was just yesterday that was happening, but, well, just last month. Not yesterday, but last month. But I guess it's already time. Already time again. My favorite market event. My favorite. Okay, that's better. So again, it only lets me see the performance of the sub ones, which I really don't like. FT threshold 3. FT threshold 2.7. And then negative 1.5. Like, we should see it change, but not like a ton. Right? And like slowly over. I want something that changes slowly over time. And it seems like that it's not actually working. So I don't like that. I'm going to come back to this. Was it this one? Yes, it was this one. Oh, what was it that I didn't like about that one? Oh, right. Because it was holding through news. Can we come back and do this thing now? Oops, 4-year trend right here, yeah. If we change the threshold to only do it during unclear trends. That halves the number of trades, but it does, and actually slightly increases our percent profitable. So how come then? Oh, I guess because we take so many less trades. It's like we up the win rate, but we decrease the number of total trades too much. Interesting. And if we really, really narrow it down, I'd be okay with less trades if the Sharpe ratio was better, but you see there it's not. And now we can come in and we can take the opposite of this, like we can do 0.8 and switch these around again. Say only trade when the trend looks relatively strong. Okay. Ooh, the treasuries are running now, huh? Yeah, they're getting a really clean trend since like the last 30 minutes. Oh wait, that's not right. 0.2, 0.8. Point two, point two. Oh, I never set it to what I actually wanted there. That's funny. Well, I like that log because, you know, sometimes you do something and you think you're crazy and then you look at the log and you're like, no, I didn't actually do what I wanted to do. Oh, look at that. It doesn't take very many trades, but it only takes them during the trend and they're terrible. Interesting. Right. So it actually seems to me that we want to do this. Don't trade during the most trendy times. Okay, yes. And then this slow, we can test a few things there. Let's make it a little bit more responsive. Okay, so a more responsive one really kills it, which is about what I would expect. And then what if I make it like way more higher trend, like 60 bar, maybe 100. Maybe I go to 100. Okay, well, that actually doesn't help too much. We'll go like really extreme, slow to 100. Seems like 40 or 50 is probably best. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Oh, 40. Oh, what were the difference between these two? Oh, right. I took a couple of trades out from this R2 threshold. Getcha. I think the one that actually was really the best was not using those two things, and it was using well, it was a bunch of it. Here I have something where it was like MACD. That's kind of weird. Anyways, so the other thing that we could check is, okay, like use a different midband. So now, because I think that a super smoother should work a little bit better than an HMA. Okay, the super smoother filtered out a lot. That's curious. And what about a faster super smoother, like 20? Nope, it doesn't like the super smoother one. I could go through and I could like backtest all the different ones, but I kind of feel like I'm just curve fitting. Kind of feel like I'm just curve fitting. Well, the numbers that I'm getting are oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, this is when it's like I change it from one thing, then back to another thing, and now all of a sudden it's performing differently. HMA. Period 40. I don't know what the difference between these two are. Everything looks the same. It's so weird. Period changed, I guess. Oh, so that's why I was like, this should be super smoother. I changed period when I really wanted to change slow to like 20. I should change the name of those variables, make it more clear what's what. Ah. Okay. That's not what we want. We want this one. Okay, so then the key test would be if I can go back to 2000. Well, what's in my list here? Hold on. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Documents. So I want to see how far back do I have the cache data going for the news. I go to, to 2022. Boo. So that's the earliest that I can backtest it for. Well, okay. You know what? The whole like don't get in during news or do get in during news sort of a thing. That was kind of more for the training period anyways. So I will still go back to 2014 and I'll just let it be in during news and we'll see if the results are the same or how curve fitted that was, right? Still with me? I'm going overtime and nobody's like, Seth, don't you need to go? Oh, it didn't work. No, analysis. Ooh, what's this? When did this start? From 2019 to 2022. Interesting. So you know what? When I first tested this strategy or developed this strategy, it was this time period that it was trading. You know, the reason it's probably so bad is the reward factor. Yeah, like watch, if I change the reward factor to 1 and where's my target? Sorry, my stop. 40. Probably will still be unprofitable, but it won't be like nearly as bad. If this one comes out profitable, oh no, it's like worse. Oh, it's worse. That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, that makes no sense at all. Interesting. So I think one thing that I probably should add to this is to adjust the target based on volatility. That would maybe help. But you can see that during the pandemic, it just got destroyed. But it's also very interesting that it goes through periods where it does really well and then where it doesn't do very well. So that kind of suggests to me that I'm just curve fitting and that it's random. Now, I've done these things where like changing the FT threshold persistently helps, but for some reason today it didn't. So, maybe I need to do one of my my order flow ones. Like I have these strategies that I know are mildly profitable. But like I'll come in and try them and I'm like, oh, they aren't anymore, or whatever the deal is. Because I really want to see is, okay, here's a profitable strategy, and here is the profitable strategy with trading the news and without trading the news. If I could get one where, hey, you don't trade the news, like your Sharpe ratio is way better, then I would appreciate that. But so far, everything that I've tested it says you get less trades overall, and so it doesn't help you. It might help you avoid certain large losers, but that overall there's like, if you're in a trade and you have a signal or whatever the deal is, that it's better to just stay in. So that is kind of a little curious. I think maybe some things that we could do on that is add the news severity. Add the news severity and, say, okay, I can trade S tier events, but not, I can trade A tier events, but not S tier events. Something like that. So like we don't trade non-farms and Federal Reserve Day, for instance. What is the API for the news? It is getting it from Rapid API. But what I did was I grabbed it from Rapid API and then I did a bunch of filtering and restructuring of it on my own. And I think I still have some to do with that, because if you look over here, like, that doesn't need to say monthly non-farm payroll report. It should just say non-farms, right? So, but I think that's about all I have. I mean, that's what I wanted to show and do and mess with. So, yeah, it's not bad. And we can come back and look at some other things another day, perhaps. But I think I'm gonna go and work on this this cabinet because it's bothering me. It's bothering me, and if I can get that out of the way, then I can maybe justify working on other things. Like like if it's a Saturday, my wife, she's just gonna want me to work on that. But if it's done, then I can spend more time doing things like the Python, working on this for you guys, etc., etc. All right. Well, guys, it's been fun. I am still live. It took a long time for anybody to say anything while we were debugging all of that, but I understand. And it's a Friday. You should really go and, and work early or whatever it is that you're going to do. But treasuries are moving higher. So, like, after, things kind of calm down and everything, somebody is executing long today. So that makes it interesting, I think. That could make the summer interesting, because now the market's going to start pricing. Okay, market's getting weak. How far does it go? When do they actually cut? How deep did they cut? Etc., etc. Like, we're getting a shift. Yeah, I usually end earlier, but I have the day off. But I'm going to end it now. Sorry. Right is... But you shouldn't have said anything, Neil. Now I have to end the stream. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to go and work on something else. So I'll see you guys next week. In the meantime, stay excellent, team.